is nothing like summer in Michigan, and we get to learn all about all the things you can do around Michigan during this time of the year, right here on the Travel Michigan radio program. Nice to have you along with us. I'm Dave Lorenz, along with Michelle Grinnell. And Michelle, where are we headed to next?
We are getting across the bridge and headed up to Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, and the Soo Locks, which has a great event coming up in June. And we have Linda Hoth with us to tell us all things about the Soo, about the Locks, and about Engineers Weekend. So Linda is the Executive Director of the Sault Ste. Marie CVB, and welcome to the show.
Why, thank you. It's good to be on the show and good to be talking to you.
Or I should say welcome back, because we have Linda on quite a bit to talk about the great things happening up there. Now that summer, I think, is officially underway in Michigan, talk a little bit about the Locks and kind of summertime in the Soo.
Oh, the Soo Locks is an engineering marvel. How do I say that? An engineering marvel. It is a place that is nowhere else. You can't find it anywhere else. The Soo Locks has more tonnage going through it than Suez Canal and the Panama Canal combined. So, it is a freighter lover's dream.
Yeah, and it really is kind of an engineer's marvel. Do you know when that was originally built, the original locks?
1855.
Yeah, 1855. Think about that.
It's incredible, the things they used to be able to do. I mean, the things that we can do today, but...
Oh, and they're using the same system that they used at that time. I mean, this is gravitational. It's just there's no pumps, no anything. They're just using that same system as 1855, letting the water in and raise up and letting the water out.
Yeah, I think I heard that many of the locks areas, systems are original to their original, not only design, but all the equipment, those big wooden doors and, with all that iron and such. So do you get to learn how that whole lock system was built during Engineers Weekend?
Yes, there is. There is, in the visitor center, there is all kinds of things that are set up for you to see, and right down to when we opened the locks during this ice season this year, we've got pictures of the ships coming through the ice. I said, so you could start way back in 1855 and come all the way forward.
And do they go into, what it was like beforehand when they would actually portage these big ships and small ships up the rapids there? On logs. I just can't imagine the ingenuity it took even to do that, and then to go from that old portaging system to the locks. It's a pretty incredible thing.
Well, just think of how long it would take to portage a ship, its cargo, because if you didn't have a second ship, you had to take the whole ship and portage it and take it up to the upper or lower river, whichever way you were going. So you think about that. I mean, that would be days. Where in the Locks, the first ship that went through, it was like 10 or 12 hours it took to go through instead of days.
Yeah, because they had to, those earlier systems with pumps and gravitational to get the water in the various lock systems to move the ships either mostly up would have taken a long time. I guess going down would have been easier to drain the locks, but
right.
But still, it's quite a thing. So Engineers Weekend's coming up June 27 through 28. What are some of the things that you can do during Engineers Weekend? Can you actually get inside the lock system at all?
And once a year, you can walk inside. They have the gates open. You walk inside. You can go into the administration building. It's one of those buildings that are just absolutely beautiful, marble floors, winding staircases, just gorgeous. You get to talk to the area engineer and all the staff. And you can be in the middle of the two, like the Pollock and the MacArthur, and you could have a ship going upbound and one going downbound at the same time.
And you can be right in the middle there as those ships go through. You mentioned the administration building. That's kind of in the center, like island area of the locks, isn't it?
Correct. It's right in the center, and it's just an amazing building.
And actually, I've actually gone underneath the channels through the tunnels that are under there, and as a ship passes over, you feel like you're in one of those submariner movies. You can hear the screws of the ship above you as it passes. It's really awesome. I'm sure most people can't do that during Engineers Weekend, but getting into the administration building is really a treat.
And getting into the post office and all the different things that they have there, so you get to see what the life is for these people on the freighters as they're going through. I mean, they put their mail on. We also have the motor vessel Ojibwe that actually supplies a lot of the ships with anything from a sewing needle to a big anchor, and all the food they want. I mean, and they actually put it on the ship as it's still moving.
Well, and I think that is one of the, most phenomenal things about the locks is you do not realize how massive these ships are until you are right next to one of them. And Engineers Weekend is a great chance to do that. But any weekend you can kind of come up and take one of the boat cruises or even just kind of stand on and watch these massive ships go by. And it really puts into perspective that little speck you see out in the water once it's up close, how truly massive these freighters are.
Yeah, when 1,000-footers go through, they are massive. You just wonder how do they float,
Mm-hmm.
Just the thought of the way they are built and everything, and it amazes me. And we have 13 1,000-footers, and they can't leave the Great Lakes, so because that's how massive they are.
They can't make it down the St. Lawrence?
Nope, they have to stay within the Great Lakes.
Huh.
Interesting. Well, and I know you have throughout the weekend, in addition to what's happening at the locks themselves, there are other events happening around the Soo to kind of support Engineers Weekend.
We have the hydro plant, Cloverland Electric Hydro Plant. It's open too, and it opened original opening was in 1902. And if you saw how great that building is, it's built out of the sandstone that came out of the canal that was built to generate electricity. It's an amazing building, and you get to go inside. And all the turbines are running 24/7 because we have lots of water.
Yeah.
So you get to see that. You also get to see LSSU Aquatics Lab is right within that building, and they raise salmon to plant in the river. So there's lots to see. And then we're also having a trolley going between all the different places so that you can just hop on the trolley and go up and down the street and see all the different things we have to do.
And, of course, summer long, you can go take the dinner cruise and the Locks cruise, which is offered there all the time. Got to be special time to do it during Engineers Weekend.
Right, and then they also have a lighthouse cruise that they run once in a while up into the Lake Superior.
Now, do I hear that you have some boat races as well that weekend?
Tugboat races.
Oh, how cool is that? Yeah.
Are they speedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're wakey. Lots of wake.
I bet they are. Well, they're powerful boats, so I bet once they get going, they could probably get moving.
And it's an international thing.
Oh, that's nice.
It's from both sides of the river. It's an international, so it's really, really fun to watch.
Well, it is kind of nice. You have Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, and then you have that other Sault Ste. Marie over there in Ontario across the bridge.
Right.
So it's nice that you have such a great relationship, and you get to celebrate both that relationship and all the things engineering during Engineer Weekend coming up June 27 and 28 up in Sault Ste. Marie, beautiful Sault Ste. Marie. And if you'd like more information on Engineers Weekend or just about traveling up to that area, that northeast area of the Upper Peninsula, you can find all that information at this website, SaultSte.Marie.com. That is SaultSte Marie.com. I want to thank Linda Hoth, Executive Director of the Soo CVB, for joining us today and filling us in on all those fun things coming up 27th through the 28th of June. Lots of events, of course, happening this time of year, Michelle.
There are, and there is no better time to get out and enjoy Michigan and explore Michigan, and events are a great way to kind of get to some places that you may not have been to before. Some of those coming up are Taste of the Great Lakes Bay, which is happening June 18th in the Saginaw area. Admission is $15, and it includes live music, sample tickets, and food and wine sampling. So what goes better than food, wine, and music in the beautiful Great Lakes Bay region? DTE Energy Music Theater has concerts happening all throughout the year, but coming up the 18th and 19th is Luke Bryan bringing his That's My Kind of Night tour, who I'm sure you're familiar with, Dave.
No, not at all.
And we've got the Tecumseh Classic Car and Bike Show, June 19th. There's going to be more than 200 cars and motorcycles on display at the United Bank and Trust Hickman Financial Center. And we've got Bayrama Fish Fly Festival in New Baltimore, the world's one and only fish fly festival, and I can't imagine why. So celebrate that. It's their 50th anniversary. That's happening the 18th through the 22nd. There's the Big Ticket Festival in the Otsego County Fairgrounds up in Gaylord. 3 days, 6 stages, and all sorts of bands, so check that out.
Very cool event, by the way.
I haven't been there before, but it sounds great. Mm-hmm. South Haven Harbor Fest is the 19th through the 22nd, and a beautiful beach town that we've got. So go to Michigan.org. We've got these events. We've got many, many more events. Many things happening in Michigan this summer.
You probably mentioned some contemporary artist. I like both kinds of music, country and Western. There we go. That's my only music joke I know.
Ba-doom, boom.
It's not very fun or funny, but it still is there. I tried. Hey, we're going to find out what's happening in Livingston County. That's a beautiful place, and there's some cool things happening there. We're going to find out about that next, right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at Michigan.org.